guys, this is Jerm from Shrapnel Airsoft, and this is Jerm's Armory. Now today we're going to go over my primary gun. This is an ICS M4 CQBR. I've added a lot of accessories to it. We're just going to start from the front and work our way to the back. So at the front of this, we have the Magpul Noveski KFH flash hider. It does amplify the sound a bit, and it looks pretty cool. And then we have the ICS gas block. It's actually just go straight onto the barrel, and it was pretty hard to find, but it looks cool. And you could also put a front sight on, and this replaces the triangle sight. And then on the other side, we have the Streamlight Polytech LED flashlight. It's pretty good. I use it in CQB games, and it is pretty bright. Then it's mounted on a Viking Tactic flashlight mount, and it works pretty well, like it should. Then we have these Magpul ladder rail covers. I like them because they don't take too much away from the look of it. And they protect the rails a little bit too, so that's a plus. And then we have the Magpul AFG2 on the bottom. I find it very comfortable, and unlike the AFG1, it doesn't take as much space on the rail, on the bottom rail right here. If that makes any sense. And then on the top we have the Sightmark ProSpec NVQD red dot, and no, it's not on the wrong way. It has 4 reticles on it, so it's pretty cool. It has three brightness settings and 2 other brightness settings for its night mode, if you have one of those scopes. And it's pretty sturdy. The reason why I got it is because it can withstand direct BB hits up to a certain extent. It's listed on their YouTube channel. It's a pretty good sight. It maintains 0, and I think it just looks awesome. And the sight is on top of a riser mount. I find it very useful, not only because it helps me see with my mask, but it keeps the rail system very sturdy. And on the back, I run a 1-point sling. This is a Condor one, and it's hooked up to this ICS QD sling point. There's 2 attachment points. It's really easy to remove. You just press it down, and you can, during a game, you could just switch back and forth. I typically don't because I'm not good with my left hand when aiming. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, you got the crane stock in the back, came with the gun, works just fine. And that's pretty much it with the M4. Like other ICS M4s, this has the 2-piece gearbox. I find it useful for like making any changes I have to. The only internal upgrades I have is a Sistema bucking. I kept the stock barrel because I found it just fine. And stock hop-up unit, didn't want any issues, because I know with some, like the Sistema hop-up units, those type will have some compatibility issue that you have to like shave off part of it, and I just don't want to deal with that. The current hop-up setup's just fine. I find it very accurate, and also the gearbox runs just flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with it. The gears are strong. The pistons held up just fine. I haven't seen much wear on it. And the motor is the ICS Turbo 3000. It's a torque motor, and is definitely very solid for my use. Gives good trigger response, doesn't heat up too badly, and it's just a great motor. And I usually run a 9.6 battery, 2000 milliamp in the crane stock. It uses a contact system instead of a Dean's connector or a Tamiya connector, but you just have to remove 2 Phillips screws and just throw the battery in there and close it up. It works just fine. It's kind of a hassle trying to remove these 2 screws to get into the battery, but it keeps it in there well. Like I've seen other people, they have their M4 crane stocks, and the back of it just falls off and they have to go find it. It's just nice to know that it's very secure, and that's pretty much it. Next we have the KBUA SIG P226. Right, it's in a G-code holster. It's the non-RTI version, which means instead of it just having a quick release system, it just screws right in. I have no problem with it whatsoever because I don't have any more of these mounts. This is the belt mount, by the way, and I just run it on my belt. Like, you could have other mounts for it, like on your molly or anything like that, but I just found it to be most cost effective by just having this and the most comfortable way. And again, this is K SIG. I like it a lot. It's been a reliable gun. Not too much to say about it, other than it doesn't really have safety. It has, you could drop the hammer with this decocker, and it's a pretty accurate gun when it's tuned in right. You just adjust the hop up like any other KWA pistol. You just need the hop up key, and it's a really heavy pistol, so that's why I got this mount. Because other ones, there's too many flimsy mounts where if you're like running, it could be rattling around. With this, it hardly rattles at all, so that's why I chose this mount. And it just goes in simply like that. It has a passive retention, which is a good thing, so it's not going to slip out while you're running. But you usually want to run with the bail on, because with the bail, there's no way to get out. And the way to release it is there's this button here. Instead of doing it manually like other holsters, you just press on the button to release the bail like that. Just pull it out. Pretty simple. And definitely a nice holster. It's made out of Kydex, which is also a plus. It's like virtually indestructible. You can run over it with a truck. It's not going to break on you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Jerm's Armory. Thank you for tuning in, and watch our future videos.